Can I ask you, Jim?
Yes.
Because of our friends at Lexus of Blackburn. Jamie Elliott down there took the mark of the year. Yeah, one of the great marks of all time. And he'll get, apparently they go 4 and 20 pies and literally a pie warmer. I heard that during the week for somebody who won mark of the year in the last couple of years. But you get a car with us. Lexus of Blackburn, you get one for the Lou Richards medal on Channel 9 and ours for the game of the round. So how come we can pull 2 cars out of Lexus?
I said this last year. We need a prize pool for goal of the year, mark of the year.
Well, it's not hard. It's the major sponsor's Toyota.
That's not
How
up
hard
to
can
me.
it be?
Yeah, surely they can flick a car. They're going all right, aren't they, Toyota, worldwide?
Well, they're fantastic cars, that's why.
I think got 4 of the top 10 selling cars.
Yeah, and then they own Lexus.
There you go.
There you go. So anyway, we're looking after the car manufacturers and the best, or those who are good enough to win a car, and Lexus of Blackburn is the place to go to. So Andrew Moore and all the team out there. So, in or out, Nick Larkey's impersonation of Damien Barrett and Isaac Rankin's musical performance show that we are screaming for a platform for young players to show us their personalities. In or out? Say this. Please say yes.
In.
And the Footy Show over in Adelaide showed it again.
I love seeing players' personalities.
Of course you do.
They were fantastic. Nick Larkey does some great impersonations. Got a very good Rafa Nadal as well, if you haven't seen it. So that was magnificent. Isaac Rankin is a football talent. He's a musical talent. He's just greedy. He's swimming in the deep end of the talent pool.
I think Damien Barrett really wanted to say, though, afterwards, can he do an impersonation of a centre-half forward?
Oh, he's doing a pretty good impersonation of that.
Oh, okay.
No, he's all Australian.
It's a beauty.
He's doing some heavy lifting there at North Melbourne. Nick
Larkey's a beauty. And I hope he stays. He's saying all the great things about, he wants to be there when they come good. He deserves to be there. And so I hope Zerha and a few of these others hang in there as well. But see, that's the other thing with North, just going back. You've got to actually show that you're doing something, because the momentum within a club. Were you there when, you probably came a bit late, at one stage when Geelong were completely shot before Frank Costa got in there? They were talking about leaving Geelong.
Yeah, moving him to Melbourne.
Moving to Melbourne.
I think $8 million of debt.
Yeah. So you see in the weekend, so Cats come here, play in front of the biggest crowd, home and away crowd. They would have rolled out of here with more money than God. And they go back down and put it in their vault down there that's made out of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
Made out of cotton on.
Oh,
made out of cotton.
Exactly,
and on.
yeah, exactly. And that's... But you see that. You see Carlton. This week I've got Collingwood here. It's not their home ground. Essendon had Collingwood here last week, not their home ground. It's called using the facilities properly. And I just hope that, North can actually come up with a few things to get excited about, because you can't just leave it on Clarko getting belted every week and now everyone's looking at Sheasel, who's, hasn't finished puberty yet to be the captain, and I just worry about him. And I think they've got a really good club down there North, for what it's worth. And but they just need to get a few things.
All right. Do you want to follow the next couple of men? I'll do them as quick as
Resting Harley was smart by Adam Simpson.
Yep. You can't cook the young kid. There would have been planned at the start of the year. He gets a rest now. You play another 4 or 5.
Don't fly to the Gold Coast.
Yep.
Don't get beaten up by one of the toughest midfields in the caper. Have the weekend off. Come back.
Well managed.
Serviceable performance by Adam Simpson. You know what I like? Now, we broke this story last year on Footy Classified, but they've actually stuck to the plan so far. We should have a good look at that on Wednesday night. I reckon Adam Simpson is going pretty well at the moment.
So
attacking footy is more fun to watch than defensive footy, as shown by the Cats, 118 to the Blues, 105.
Out. Close games are great to watch. I don't care about the score, but I might be in the minority. I don't need to see 50 goals to be entertained. I just like a close encounter.
Yeah.
So
a good game.
A good game.
Nice skills. 7 delivered using tactical Hodge at half-time on Friday Night Footy. So this is another example of we say it here and 3 weeks later they do it.
I love it.
No, but good on 7 for listening to us. Okay.
Luke Hodge, they had the screen. It was organised. They were putting hoops around players or highlighting players. Walked us through the game, what you need to do. I'm sitting there learning off Luke Hodge. That's what I want to see.
My old mate Luke Darcy copped a bit of a pounding on the social media
for commenting on his son or commentating on a Bulldogs game.
Well, I think what they should do with Darcy, just because I know Darcy pretty well, is give him another game. There's plenty of games on. He's a director. He's the footy director as well, and his son's playing, and he's there. Just make it a bit easier. People always have a point at me on these things. I never when I became president of Collingwood, I stopped calling Collingwood games on Triple M. Never called a Collingwood game. And I wasn't going to call Collingwood games on Channel 9 until a bloke called Kerry Packer said, son, we're paying a fortune for this. We want you doing it on Friday nights. And I got told on the way up to the stage for the announcement and the launch of Nine Football. I never wanted to call the Collingwood games, but I was told to. And you know what? You get paid nothing to be the president of Collingwood. And I had to actually, put some food on the table for the family.
Just give him another game, but it was kind of funny when he was commentating his son. He's too close to the mark. It's a problem for him.
But you know what? The other thing is maybe people at home just calm the farm, relax. You know what he's doing. He's probably going to go harder on his son than anyone else. Just relax on it. Yeah. It's footy for Christ's sake. Your
boy Mason Glove. Mason Cox wearing the Niblick or the FootJoy glove. Yeah. Should the AFL approve more gloves, golf gloves?
Well, if they're going to have the balls made out of soap, yeah. So another knock-on effect. The AFL want the balls to be pristine looking, and we got all these extra balls in there for COVID. Remember, we used to catch COVID off a ball. Remember that one?
And do you remember when they wiped down all the goalposts?
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
in the hazmat suits?
Yeah. Well,
what a time to be alive. My goodness.
At some stage, we've got to say, okay, we don't need as many balls. We're now seeing Jeremy Cameron, do isometrics with the ball every time he gets it because
they're all doing it now.
Because they all have got on. They're the only people who won't believe this is the AFL. Now, I understand they have gone to Sharon and said, how can you guys, kick the balls in, knock the balls in, et cetera, so we know it. Kerry Packer said to me, long on Kerry Packer today, Kerry Packer said to me 25 years ago, what is wrong with the idiots playing your game? He was pretty straight to the point, Kerry.
Yeah,
he said, why don't they wear a golf glove? And I said, why would that be? He said, a golf glove is designed for wet on leather so it doesn't slip. He said, your blokes dropped the ball, and now it's become fumble ball because of the balls. That's why Jamie Elliott's mark was so good, because he actually held it. The amount of marks that are dropped because the players can't hold them because the ball's slippery and it goes to ground and people dive on top, and that's where concussions come from. There are some certain things, if you actually go to the root cause, that you could sort out. So, if you're going to have slippery balls, let them wear gloves.
Yep.
All right? Don't you laugh at that.
I'm such a child. We already touched on the Jamie Elliott one.
I want slippery balls all the time.
Yeah. Jeez, stop it.
Okay.
Stop it.
No glove, no love.
No.
Yeah.
Let's get to the questions off Ask Eddie and Jimmy. Footy on 9, Facebook, or the artist, formerly known as Twitter, which is called X. Yeah. Brett, hi guys. The new TV ratings with Reach show how much the AFL smashes every competitor in Australian sport. However, the average viewer drops off significantly. This is because games now go for too long, over 2.5 hours. This is not good for getting kids and the TikTok generation into the game with their short attention spans. Did the AFL miss an opportunity to try this in 21 off the back of a full COVID 16-minute quarters a year?
Right, so before COVID, I put this to the AFL. And I worked out and this is a bit lumpy, but 18.5-minute quarters, okay, rather than going 20 and time on, 18.5-minute quarters meant that a player would actually get the equivalent of 6 weeks off, okay? It also quickens the game up a little bit, and as we saw in the COVID, it didn't make that much of a difference. And then you can do your things like restrict the interchange if you want to go down that road. I think, yes, the games go too long.
Yep.
And if you want to extend it and we want to have, all these split rounds and everything else, I reckon 16's too short. But from my
another element
mathematics, 8.5, 18 was right.
Another element to a young Stephen Quartermain, shorter quarters, is the fact that where poor sides get blown away by good sides is in the time on period often. When you have a look at it, they can hold on from after quarter time, half time, three-quarter time. The last 5 minutes of quarters, the real mature good sides pull away. You might have some close-head matches. That's just my
too
thoughts.
long. Yeah, okay.
The next one. That was from Brett.
Mirza says, where do Keller Mills, Luke Parker...
And then Taylor Adams.
Keller Mills is another one out of the academy, isn't he?
Yeah. I'll take it off him. Did it too well.
No. Just give everyone a chance. Keller Mills, Luke Parker, and Taylor Adams fit into the Swans midfield. I tell you what, the Pies are missing Taylor Adams.
Are you?
Yeah, getting killed out of the centre.
Tom Mitchell was a good clearance player.
Yeah, I know, but But I'll tell you what, I reckon the Pies have got their selection wrong all year. I've said that here. I don't think you can play Tom Mitchell 5 days break, 6-day break. I think they've got to, they had a few of those older blokes. I would have, Finn McGuinness did very well in the reserves again. I think he needs a bit of a run at it. Anyway.
I'll tell you where they...
But Taylor Adams, I'm missing Taylor Adams at Collingwood.
Callum Mills will probably start back on the half-back flank, rotate through the midfield. Parker and Adams, your half-forward, probably coming into the midfield. They probably, all three of them, probably don't start back straight away in the centre bounce.
Adams played on the weekend, so the last couple of games. But he's a good foil for James Rowbottom as well.
Yeah.
You know what, Rowie getting killed. Rowie played junior footy with my kids, so
Paddle bump.
He's a mad Collingwood boy. He came as our family guest to the dinner after the 2018 grand final. He used to come down and get his photo taken. So I'm going to give it to Big Brodie Grundy. I've got the team photos of him.
Played his 100th game on the weekend.
Played his 100th game.
Well done.
And as a gun player, he's a beauty.
Yeah, I think they can fit him in with rotation. Yeah. You always have things like injuries come up and form throughout the season, so they'll just keep playing the hot hand.
John says, do you believe the Q Clash next weekend is the biggest one ever?
Yes. I think it is, both sides. It's not often you'd see Gold Coast above Brisbane coming into the Q Clash. It should be renamed the Pineapple Grapple.
Yep.
It's a much better name.
I don't like the Q Clash. That doesn't work.
Sounds like a sponsorship.
Well, it sounds like a snooker tournament.
Or like an insurance sponsorship.
Yeah.
Q Clash.
No.
Boring.
No good.
No, but I think it will be the biggest one. I think this is a chance.
Why wouldn't you? Just I'm going to.
Yeah.
You've got me. This is probably an indication of how my mind works. Why wouldn't you get a big trophy?
Like the biggest one you can find?
Well,
like Stanley Cup size?
Yeah, like the big pineapple.
Yeah.
And have the big pineapple.
The Pineapple Grapple.
Have the pineapple. Well, Pineapple Grapple's yours. I'm not sold completely on
it. But
why wouldn't you have it? What major... I gave away a bit there. What major sporting trophy actually does have a pineapple on it?
Ooh. Oh, I'm not sure.
The Wimbledon Championship has got a pineapple on the top.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. Look it up.
I'll have to now.
Yeah, you will now.
I just thought it was the big charcuterie plate.
No, that's the women's.
Oh, is it?
The men's got a trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, the women's got the plate. But, because in those days women brought a plate. Don't throw it.
Oh, no, you cancel that one out. Beer footy, what's this one? A lot of easy beat teams this year. Why?
I didn't say it. That's the social mores of the day.
No, there's always teams that get beaten. We always have bottom teams and top teams. Is it any different from any other year?
Well, North are now getting into world record territory. That's
5 years under 5 wins. It's pretty much like the Saints of the 80s who won 4 wooden spoons in a row.
I think they're behind the Saints now, on win-loss. So, anyway, they're probably heading to another draft pick at number 1, aren't they?